everyone, and welcome to my show, Passion and Purpose. This is an interview series where I interview people who live their life filled with passion and purpose. Today, I'm super excited to have a woman who's a sales and alliance leader by profession. She is a collaborator by passion, who is on a mission and vision to empower 1 million women in their career path in the next 3 years. You heard me right. She wants to empower 1 million women. That itself is so motivating, right? I met her about 1.5 years ago when I joined her WhatsApp group for Lean In called A2I, or Aspire to Inspire. What stood out for me is the dedication and passion with which she did everything that she did. And for those of you who don't know what Lean In is, it's a non-profit organization started by Sheryl Sandberg, who's the CEO of Facebook and who also wrote a book called Lean In. It is a platform which helps women collaborate with each other, enable and empower each other to be the best that they can be, and of course, grow into leaders who are something that they never thought possible. And Neha currently is the regional leader for Lean In and is being coached and mentored to become a bigger community leader. So help me welcome this wonderfully passionate woman, Neha Agarwal, for this interview. Neha.
Hey Kavita, such a pleasure to be with you, and I always say that I never thought that I will come so close to you, and I always looked up to you, and for me you were the Kavita Garla.
I know you keep saying that, and for me you are the Neha Agarwal, and both the these have met and we worked together for the past 1 year. I think I just touched the tip of the iceberg when I spoke about you. So tell us a little more about who and how Neha Agarwal became the woman that she is today.
So Kavita, I grew up in a very, very affectionate home. My parents are very affectionate people, and I was, completely Papa's doll. I didn't know even to tie my shoelaces till I was in class 5.
Wonderful.
And when I got married, I knew how to make Maggie, that's all. I was extremely pampered child. And when I got married, actually, it was a huge reality check on me. And my parents grew me like a boy. Only till my marriage age came, and then there was this huge pressure of getting married. And they were saying that you work only after you get married.
Mm.
So this is when I first time saw the gender struggle, and I was not allowed to work in a sales job. So I didn't tell my parents that it's a sales profile, and I started working.
Okay.
And one day they landed up in my office, and they asked my boss, where is she? And he said, she's on a sales call. And he got so upset, and I was married in 3 months after that.
Okay. Okay.
That is when I realized, there is some problem, and some things are not normal. And I had to go on a week-long fast first to get permission to work, and then with whatever I resisted, nothing worked. They really, but they were on a mission to get me married, and they succeeded also.
Okay.
I got married, and then when I was giving birth to my first child, I really faced that pressure to, figure it out that if it's a girl child or a boy child. And to me, shocked. I never thought that, these things are real. But when it happened to me, I observed it so closely, I experienced it. And that is when, my first step happened that, if being educated, I am feeling the pressure, people who are not educated or people who are not empowered, what would be their condition?
Absolutely.
So that was my first step. And then when I became a little more ambitious, then there was a huge pushback. Seeing your husband is earning well, why you have to struggle so much to work? Huge pushback from other mothers, my own family. So that was second stage, when I felt there is a huge need and something has to be done. And third and real struggle happened when I moved in mid-management. That is when I faced the maximum struggle to grow in my career. The family needed my time, the job needed my time. I was not able to travel. So I didn't know how to grow with all these constraints. And that is when the community got formed. I started seeking help. I was looking for mentors, and that is how the community got formed.
Wonderful. So I know, Neha, you're a part of many communities, right? Was Lean In one of the first few communities that you became a part of, or was there something else that you were a part of which motivated you towards Lean In?
I was like this chicken who had lost mother, and the chicken was asking everywhere, "Are you my mother? Will you mentor me? Will you mentor me?" I was going everywhere asking, that can somebody help? And that is when Cheryl's book came handy. I stumbled upon that book and I read the book. And after that, I started writing about it on social media.
Wow. Okay.
People who resonated with my thoughts, they said, "Why don't you join Lean In?"
Okay.
And that is how I went for a Lean In meeting. And the day I landed in the meeting, the leader was leaving.
Oh, okay.
So there was no leader.
I would have it for Neha. So.
So I just put my hand up. We were 4 or 5 people.
Okay.
I just put my hand up, and that is how I became the leader.
Hey, wonderful. I didn't know this part of the story at all. Now, I know you're very passionate about sales also. I know you're passionate about these women and empowering. So tell us, for a woman who comes from the background that you just told us, very conservative, and to want to be in sales and succeed in sales, it must have taken a lot of effort, Neha. I know I'm also in sales. I love it so much, but I didn't have the resistance. I just could do it. But you, with all the resistance that you had, how did you break those barriers to become the successful person that you are today in your profession?
So, Kavita, as you always say, actually most of the resistance is inside of us. Outside, nobody can resist you if you are convinced yourself.
Absolutely.
I realized at one point in time, all these outside barriers were actually within me. I was making them limit. And the day I learned that they don't hold any bearing on me, till I feel it, it is holding me back. And the day I decide it is not holding me back, it is not going to hold me back. So the family has not changed. I am very much married.
So does the family still resist the fact that you are in sales? Like how do your parents feel, or your husband?
My parents still feel the same way. Every day I get one lecture, at least one.
Okay, that's wonderful. So I love your attitude with which you're dealing with all this. Like you said, resistance on the outside was always going to be there. But I think once we make up our mind to do something, the universe will conspire. Like what you said about Lean In, right? You walked in, the leader was moving out. I mean, this is, I know, knowing Neha, somewhere in her head, there was a goal to be a leader, to empower more women, and it happened. You don't know how it will happen, but the universe makes things happen for you, right? So I'm wonderful, Neha. So how did this new goal, or I don't know if it's a new goal, this 1 million women that you have as a goal, right? How did that come about? I mean, what was the seed that that tree sprouted from?
So when I was doing Lean In, my circle of influence increased. I started meeting more people, and people started noticing me. I started meeting and interacting with various leaders. And one such person was Rajesh Bhatt. He runs this organization called Iron Lady.
Yes.
And because of my family conditions, I was not able to join a program at IIM.
Okay.
And I wanted to do some management program. And I didn't have money also. So I reached out to Rajesh Bhatt and I told him this constraint, and he told me that you come and I will teach you free of cost. I'm not charging you anything.
Wow.
And I was so touched by his gesture, and he said, "It is my goal to empower 1 million women, and you come. Part of that initiative, you come." And I went there, and in 3 days he transformed me.
Wow.
All limiting beliefs were shattered. 3 days I only cried in the program. I didn't know what is happening to me, but there was massive transformation that happened, and something within me changed.
Okay.
And the money that I was not getting, I just tore a check and I told him, "Here is the money, and please teach 5 more women."
Okay.
The course just empowered me so much. I realized the money is always there. I am not putting my hand and taking it out. Maybe I don't have the guts to take it. And that made me realize that how powerless I've been living.
Okay.
And that triggered that purpose, that mission, that if one man can make so much difference in my life, I have to now radiate it to so many more people.
So the 1 million goal became yours also.
Mine also.
So are you doing it jointly or are you doing it by yourself?
I do it with him. I do it with many other people. As you said, I'm part of many communities. So whenever I get opportunity, I don't leave.
How do you keep account, Neha?
Of number of people getting impacted.
Yes.
See, Lenient has, so those people keep account. I don't keep account. See, Lenient has Lenient's account. Rajesh has Rajesh's account. Various other communities have their accounts. So they are maintaining accounts. I don't waste my time in accounting. I just want to connect with more and more people.
Okay. So when is your deadline for this 3 years completing?
See, 3 years, we say 1 year has already passed.
Okay. So 2 more.
2 more to go.
Okay. So
I started with one initiative I just want to share.
Yes, please.
We launched a 100 women board member program.
Okay.
So right now we are almost 30 of us and 70 more. So as part of that, 100 women board members are getting trained then.
What more can you ask for, right? So I think, Neha, you are one of those people who has really made up her mind about what she wants. And that purpose that you have of empowering other women. And I think even if you didn't have that 1 million figure in your mind, you would do it, because that's something that I feel like Neha was born to do. When you speak to her and you say, oh, this is not going okay, that's not going okay. Even in the leading group, you say, kuch nahi hoga, aise hi karenge. And that determination that you have pushes all of us to say, okay, this will happen. So how did that come about? How did you get so purpose driven inside?
So, Kavita, there were times I was not like this actually. I told you, right? I was quite a public type of a person. But when I was like extremely down, I read a beautiful quote which said that, something which has pained you so much, you can only come out of that pain if you allow others to be relieved of that pain. And it touched me so much. And that day I said, no other person should feel this down, no other person should feel this lost. And if somebody has a query and if they raise up their hand, there should be somebody to answer.
Absolutely. I think we should look out for each other and be the backbone for each other. Neha, what you said, right, that when you are in pain, so many people call me because as a mentor or coach, they say, I'm having this problem. What do I do? Besides, leading them towards a solution, one of the things I always tell them is, can you help 10 other people feel good today? Your job is done. Automatically, by the end of the day, you're going to be feeling much better. So that is so important, to have a community where you can give back a lot of value. And I think, Lean, I think you have created such a nice niche for yourself. So proud of you. And did you meet Sheryl Sandberg, by the way?
Oh, yes.
Yes. You have to share that story.
Yes. And
how you fought to go and meet her also. It's a nice, beautiful blog you've written.
Oh, Kavita, I can't even tell you. 2 people I always wanted to meet, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan and Sheryl Sandberg.
Oh my God, okay.
My husband said, I will go to US on my own money and on my own merit. I will not go with you.
Okay.
And he was laughing at me. He said, you work for an Indian company. When will you go? I said, I don't know, but I will go.
Wow.
And our circle was very new. But when there was a leaders conference, I got the invite.
Okay.
And I had only 1 month. I had no visa.
Wow.
And I really wanted to go. And everybody was, and that was a student travel season. All the students were traveling, so there was a huge queue in the visa office.
Okay.
So it almost looked impossible, and my visa was rejected also once.
Oh, in that 1 month.
In that 1 month.
Oh my God. Okay.
So, and nobody was supportive. My mother was doing a mannat that, I should not go because kids would really suffer.
Okay.
She said, no, the house will suffer. You can't be away for 15, 20 days. And she keeps asking me, beta, paise milte hain kya? I said, nahi, mummy. She said, why are you doing this? If they're not paying you, what is the point? So some relatives keep on asking her that has she given up her job? Is she jobless? Why is she doing this? So I told her that there is one very nice thing called passion. So and it's very popular these days. So you tell them she's passionate. Convinced ever. So she was in one direction. She was absolutely not agreeable to me going. Then my husband was also a little upset. His kids had exams and I had office work. So two people who really stood by me were, one is Rashmi Kaur, she was the India leading leader then, and my boss. And I was very upset, and he saw me very upset, and he asked me what has happened. So I told him that I have this chance to go to US, and I'm not finding any support. How should I go? So he said, who are your real supporters at home? If you're doing so well, there is some base, right? There are some people who really help you. He said, yeah, my kids really help me. So he said, they are your first party. Use them and convince everybody else. The whole ecosystem will be moved by them. I said, okay, idea looks. And he said, in Marwadi households, what is the most important thing? What is that is most important in your house? I said, Danaji, whatever son-in-law says, only happens. So he said, next target is your husband in that case.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good. He said, if your husband says that she has to go, then everybody will say she has to go. I said, yes, absolutely. So first I spoke to my kids and I told them that I will go to Facebook office. So my son asked that you will meet Mark Zuckerberg. I said, yeah. He was so excited. He went and told all his friends.
Okay.
Everybody started asking my husband because kids are the real BBCs.
Okay.
My husband had so much pressure to arrange my Chennai visits, and then my parents had to fall in line because son-in-law wanted me to go. And just 2 days before flying, my visa finally came, and I had tickets in hand, but no visa.
Oh, okay.
But I had that confidence and that determination, and I had booked the tickets.
Absolutely.
And 2 days before the visa came, and I flew.
That's a typical Neha story. To be ready for everything, and then it'll all happen. Somehow it will happen. So correct, right? So Neha, I want to share 3 tips for women. Since you work with so many women, how can they live their life more purposefully?
Kavita, see, some people find purpose, some people take time to find purpose. So I say that don't limit yourself, it will come to you.
Correct.
The purpose will come to you, but you first start living. And I say, don't be a hero in somebody else's story, or don't be a heroine of somebody else's story. Till you are trying to be your papa's princess, your husband's dream wife, or your kid's ideal mother, actually you will be nobody. Because if you turn in gold also, you will not turn into their ideal. Absolutely. Their ideal can never be you. Because that ideal is a dream ideal, it is in their head.
Correct.
And there will be always fault finding. And you will be so sad. So just drop and be your own hero. Do what you feel right. If you feel proud of yourself, rest everybody will start feeling proud of you. So first thing I say is be your own hero, choose your own story. And if you're feeling very tired, if you're feeling demotivated, 100% it is somebody else's story.
So be the producer, director, everything of your movie. I also agree. I always tell people, are you the heroine of your story, the hero? If not, then start again. Start writing your story again. Yeah.
And see, every hero has a gang. No hero fights alone. Even Bahubali had Katappa by his side, and then all the warriors, villagers. So have your tribe. It is very important. You can't fight alone.
The power of a tribe is just so multifold. You will not understand it till you have it.
Have it. And drop your superwoman cape.
Absolutely.
Ask for help. There is no shame in asking. No shame in saying, I can't do it. I don't know it. It is perfectly okay. Only thing you should know is what you don't know.
Okay.
You know, ye mujhe nahi aata hai. That's it. Then you have to raise your hand and say, I don't know. Can somebody help?
Yes.
You can hire for it, you can learn that skill, you can outsource that skill, you can take mentorship, then life is much easier.
Absolutely. I think, like you said, most of us try to be superwoman in the house, and you don't need to be, don't need to be the best at cleaning, cooking, nothing. There are so many people who need jobs. Please hire people to do those jobs and do what you're good at, right?
See, there are hormones that really come in between that. We have that nesting instinct.
Yeah.
God has given us. It's a beautiful instinct. But I don't know where we mix pride in that, where we mix ego in that, and then we become so territorial. Like, this is mine, ye mera ghar hai. It will run like this. And because of that, I have screwed my career so much. And I've been blaming everybody else. But this is my big realization that there was nobody else at fault but me. The moment I left this mera, it is running.
It will, like you said, no, the universe will find a way. They'll find all the people. See, I think our first network that we need to learn to work with as women is not our office network, the network at home. It's your husband, if your children, like you said, if you get their buy-in, the rest of the people don't really matter, because if your husband is supporting you, your children are saying, this is what my mother or my father have to do. That's the most important network. So start with your first network, and then everything else will fall into place. That's my mantra always.
And Kavita, I have one more point here.
Yes, please.
Out of your 3 to 4 relationships, one relationship may not support you. For some it could be husband, some it could be children, some it could be in-laws.
Correct.
And we just get stuck at that one relationship, which is not working out well. But I think if we focus our energy on what is working well and start working from that as start point, life is much easier.
Absolutely. Neha, it's been a wonderful conversation. So many nuggets you shared. I think I have to go back and watch your video and think about all the learnings. I really hope that the audience at home watching this pick up all the small little nuggets that Neha has been sharing along her journey. So one thing for me is that I have picked up is, passion is a very powerful driver. And when you put it with a specific purpose, there's no stopping you. And it becomes your personal commitment to achieve those results which are sustainable, not just for yourself, but for the tribe that you're a part of, for your family, for everyone, right? I think that's a great message that you've given us. And I think put your heart and soul into everything is what I get from Neha. And I've seen her, that's the way she operates. She loves people, she loves doing. So thank you so much, Neha, for being a part of Passion and Purpose. And I hope many more women reach out to you through this interview to add up to your 1 million women, and you reach your target 1 year early.
Thank you so much, Kavita. Such a pleasure. And, it's my honor to be on this show with you.
Thank you. Okay. So thank you everyone for listening to this interview and watching Neha. You can see all the passion that she has in her body language and in her voice. It just shows. So keep watching. Subscribe to my channel, Kavita Garla, on YouTube to watch more such interviews where you get everything that you need to understand passion and purpose better. This is Kavita Garla signing off.